And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Today's satellite imagery showing the next system here moving into the Gulf of Alaska quite vividly here with the front pushing clouds and moisture and warmer temperatures in across southern Alaska, eastward into the North Gulf Coast, and pushing across the Panhandle today with clouds spreading up into the Tanana Valley area. Also some more moisture streaming northward brought light snow the entire day to the central eastern Brooks Range, right on out to the eastern Arctic coast. Both Anatuvik Pass and Barter Island, Kaktovik area, reporting light snow throughout the day. Light snow also fell at King Salmon. They picked up about half an inch of precipitation. And then out here to the west, a couple of small bands of enhanced snow shower activity coming eastward. And this one a little bit better organized up there to the north with colder air back in the Russian Far East, waiting for the next system to come through before it really pours out into the northwestern Bering Sea. On the chart today, here's the snow showers down into the Aleutians today with winds gusted up to 46 miles an hour out of the west at Shimia with temperatures falling into the upper 20s. And also some light snow shower activity from the Pribilofs down to the eastern Aleutians. Bristol Bay, winds gusted to 53 miles an hour out of the northwest at Sand Point, and 40 to 45 miles an hour at King Cove, Falls Pass, Cold Bay, in those areas. Much lighter winds with the system up to the north. Otherwise, basically light winds, central eastern interior, a little bit of flurry condition here. As I mentioned, coming up toward the Brooks Range there and crossing into the eastern Arctic coast. And again, rain heavy at times over the southern Panhandle today with Ketchikan in the 12-hour period ending at 3 p.m. picked up about 1 3/4 inches of precipitation, while nearly an inch, 0.8 to an inch, falling across Prince of Wales Island. Several inches of snow falling up toward the Haines area, and that has resulted in a winter storm warning for heavy snow that's out currently through tonight and until noon Tuesday for about 5 to 9 more inches of snow falling up in that area. And from there, going to tonight's forecast, that front really moves off to the east and to the north here and weakening, but trying to pull moisture westward, already doing that. Some light rain falling at Seward, light snow in Portage, and of course rain over at Yakutat, kind of paralleling the coastline here. But that'll increase and make it up at least into the coast range in the form of snow in the mountains, rain and snow mixed along the immediate coastline. And a mixture of rain or snow for Kodiak Island continues at about 2/3 of an inch of precipitation today with winds gusting to about 40 miles an hour out of the north and northwest. Drier conditions back here to the west up to the northeast. This week's system over the Chukchi Sea keeps some light snow chances in the forecast there for the western Brooks Range down in toward the Kobuk Valley, Kotzebue Sound area through the Bering Strait, St. Lawrence Island. And kind of a break here over the Aleutians, just some isolated shower activity. Next system here tomorrow tracks eastward and will spread some snow late in the day up towards Shimia, up towards St. Lawrence Island. Shimia there will have the front come through with some light precipitation there. Winds probably not as strong. And this week trough keeps a chance of snow showers in the west coast areas all the way up to the western Arctic coast. A break here in the central interior with high pressure ridging in ahead of these two systems. And then that helps tighten the gradient up with this low tracking up into the Gulf of Alaska and then becoming stationary. Pretty good northwest winds, gale force northwest winds, Kamishak Bay and the Barren Islands especially, probably Kodiak Island for a time. And then light snow trying to push westward here, should get into at least the Chugach Mountains tomorrow. East along the North Gulf Coast. Not too much getting in the Copper River Basin there. Most of this moisture hanging up along the coast range. Rain and snow, mostly rain actually at sea level now for the Panhandle, especially in the afternoon with continued south to southeast winds pulling warmer air northward. Then another trough rotates in for more showers or enhanced rainfall here, but not heavy as like you saw today with the main front. But it'll still be wet and unsettled all the way up with a better chance of snow now into the Copper River Basin. Weak high pressure settling in over toward the eastern border Eagle area, keeping the north interior dry, but this front will spread snow and blowing snow in. Very cold air coming in behind this front, so snowfall levels definitely down to sea level, down to the Pribilof Islands. Snow and blowing snow for the Yukon Delta, Long and ahead of the front here, windy conditions with snow and blowing snow for the Seward Peninsula up into Kotzebue Sound, Selawik Valley area, as well as along the northwest coast. And out to the west, not too bad for the Aleutians and southern Bering Sea. Lows tonight, 5 below to 15 or 20 below in the interior here. A little milder up toward the central Arctic coast, right around 0 there. Near 20, St. Lawrence Island, mid-20s for the Pribilofs, lower 30s for the Aleutians and the Alaska Peninsula. And down into the teens again for Bristol Bay, 5 to 10 below in the Kuskokwim Valley, milder down towards Sleet Mute with Bethel looking at a low of about 11. And south central Alaska, 15 to 20 for the lows, 10 below for the Copper River Basin. And the Panhandle, lower 30s in the north to mid-40s in the south. Highs, not much warmer than your lows tonight, in the mid-40s there over the southern and southeast coast, all the way up to Mount Edgecombe, Sitka, Port Alexander in those areas, but rising up to near 40 even at Haines and towards Skagway. 4 degrees for Gulkana in the Copper River Basin, and 5 below to 5 above for the eastern interior areas, and upper 20s for the south central Alaska zone, mid-30s down toward Homer, Seldovia, Anchor Point, mid-30s Kodiak Island, and in the lower 20s for Bristol Bay, upper 30s for the Pribilofs and the Aleutians. And then for the lows the following morning, below 0, a little bit farther to the west here, Ambler down to 1 below, and northern Kuskokwim Valley, 10 below. Otherwise, 15 to 20 again, south central Alaska, lower 20s down toward Homer and Seldovia, with lows near 0 for the Copper River Basin, and 10 to 15 below or so for the eastern interior. 30s to lower 40s for the Panhandle, followed by highs, 40 to 45 for the southeast coast. In the 20s here, south of the Alaska Range and to the east, except the Copper River Basin, colder, and 0 to 20, about sums it up for the Kuskokwim Valley, to near 30 along the southwest coast, and single numbers below or above 0 for the central and eastern interior.